Cabela's. Yep. I actually had a walk in there just a while ago, and then I went and did a couple errands. Now I'm back. I'm coming off of the tail end of 6 days of no food. All I've had is black coffee, 1 a day, and then water after that. I have had a supplement to go with that fast, and that was this stuff here, which is a magnesium supplement. So I was taking 3 capsules of this a day, and then I had some of this stuff that I normally put in my water. I get my water from a reverse osmosis system, and this helps to restore some of the minerals and salts in the waters that I get from like the various places that I fill up my water from. So anyway, I feel good. I could keep going, but I'm gonna stop it today. The reason I did the fast, you guys, was because I've been doing a bunch of research on all this sort of stuff lately, and as you know, some of you have been watching my channel, you know I've been trying to like lose a bit of weight, is sort of the general thing of it, but really deep down below all of that, what I wanted to do is lose the visceral fat that I gained over the last like 5 years of my life through different dieting and eating foods that were not healthy for me, not having enough exercise in my, you know, to burn some of those calories and all that sort of thing. This was not about losing weight for me. This fast was about getting into autophagy, which is where your body goes into a system of basically recycling old cell material in the body that's kind of like junk proteins and stuff like that, and then it breaks all that stuff down, and then it renews other cellular tissue and it builds new cells. There's a couple other cool things that happen during a fast. There's like human growth hormone goes up, you get into ketosis, you start burning body fat, that sort of thing. You can burn muscle as well, so there's probably, to some extent, there might be some of that that's happened. But because I kept my exercises up, I have a feeling like that's pretty minimal in this case. Anyway, so I've got a couple things that I'm gonna have. So the first one is I got 2 of them here. The first thing I'm gonna have is I'm just gonna have some chicken broth. I was looking for the organic one. This company makes an organic chicken broth, but then they, for some reason in the organic one, they have chicken flavor, which is, of course, that's artificial. Why would you need to add flavor? This one's not organic, but it doesn't have any flavors, so there's no added stuff in it. So I'm gonna warm some of that up and have that. So I'm just gonna do that in this pot. And there we go. I like broth coming off of a fast like that. It's a really satisfying beverage, and it's easy on the digestive tract. This will have some protein in it and some salts, and the sun's out. It's really nice. Anyway, that smells so good. When you go without food for a while, like it like everything becomes like, wow, that smells delicious. It's really quite interesting. So if you've never done this kind of thing before, I suggest you really do your homework. Do a lot of research on it. There's a lot of people that are sharing how to go about doing it on YouTube. There's Dr. Sten Ekberg is a great guy, resource. I'll see if I can link that video or that channel below. There's a couple other, there's another Dr. Eric Berg, I think his name is. And then there's some fitness guys that I watch that sometimes post videos on how to do that sort of thing. There's lots of books you can read on it, and resources available for that sort of stuff. And I think like one of the things that makes it a lot easier to do is to not be in a diet where you have a bunch of carbohydrates in your diet. Your body really gets adapted to the glucose and the sugars, and that's what you're burning for energy. And then all of a sudden when you go into the fast, you're not getting that glucose and your body's not fat adapted. So you go into this crash. It becomes really difficult. The first few days can be really difficult to work through, and a lot of people come out of it because they're like, I don't know how anybody does this. They start shaking, they start feeling nauseated and all that sort of thing, and like all it is their body hasn't been trained to switch over to ketones, which is what happens when you go into ketosis, which is the fat adaptation. So you burn two types of energy. Your body's going to use glucose or it's going to use fat. And most of our diets in North America include a lot of breads and pastas and sometimes some really crazy refined foods and stuff. And I've totally been there, in there, done it. I've been trying to be away from that stuff so that I'm not always spiking my insulin, trying to deal with that sort of thing. But that's basically a glucose based diet. And when you're eating that stuff, your body's going to be adapted to burning glucose for energy. So you're always feeling hungry. You need to eat the next meal, that kind of thing. This transition going into this fast this particular time was pretty easy because I just was doing keto right beforehand, and then there was some carbohydrates in there, but it wasn't very much. I was using some of that, but at that point my body was pretty well fat adapted. And so your liver goes into a different mode, and then you're burning fat, and then it's easier to start also burning the fat storage that has gone on all that time too. So hopefully in this process I burned off some of my visceral fat. I still have belly fat, like I still have it here. There's not as much. It's definitely gone down a little bit since I started this thing, but it could come back pretty easily too. So anyway, here's my broth. It's all warmed up. It smells really good too. This is MCT oil. This one's by Bulletproof. Normally this is a pretty expensive brand, but I got this one on a really good sale the other day, so it was actually pretty cheap. But anyway, this is just from coconut oil. If you don't know what this is, I suggest you look it up. But essentially it bypasses the blood barrier right away, and it goes straight into delivering your body with lots of ketones to burn. So I'm gonna add some of this to this because my body's already in ketosis, and this is a good add. So just a bit. There we go. Cheers. We got chicken broth. It's pretty good. It's kind of a bland tasting chicken broth, so it's not really flavorful, this one, but I've had some that are just terrible. This one's actually not bad. Oh. I probably should have not put the MCT oil in it right away. It's a little bit hot. I should have saved that for a bit. It's better not to use that stuff in a hot beverage. So if you put it in a coffee, for example, it's better to wait till the coffee comes down in temperature before you add the MCT oil. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. So I'll show you the sauerkraut that I have. I got some elk meat in here. I got two types of elk meat. I got this one's from friend Lauren, who's been working on Chrome. My friend Van City Van Life is building out an ambulance, and the guy doing the engine work. This is some elk that he harvested last hunting season. And then I got some in this one. This one's from my friend Nicholas. So I'm gonna have that up at the cabin, most likely. But this is the sauerkraut here. So there you go. How you doing?
Just gonna say hi, Joseph. How you doing?
Well, I'm good, man. How are you?
Good.
I thought I was in trouble. You mind being on camera?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
No, you're not in trouble.
I saw the yellow vest. I'm like, oh, I'm
I
getting
do
kicked
security.
out.
I follow you guys, you and Chrome and me, and
Yeah.
for years. Yeah.
What's your name?
Dave.
Dave. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm great.
Cool, man.
I'm just having a broth. I'm gonna sit and hopefully just edit a video here for a little while, and then I got a spot that I'm gonna go camp out tonight. Okay, man. I'll see you later. Thanks. That was pretty cool. He was walking up, and I was kind of like, "Oh, here we go. I'm gonna get told to move along." I haven't actually spent any time in this particular parking lot doing what I'm doing now, so I just thought, yeah, maybe. But yeah, it was cool. Dave, turns out he watches the channel. It was a really good conversation with him. We talked for probably, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. So I won't share all of it, but anyway. I just about finished my broth. I added a little bit of salt to it too, some sea salt. So it actually helped to improve the flavor. Time for some of this. That should do it. Sauerkraut juice. You can buy sauerkraut often in the dry food aisles in a grocery store. This one's refrigerated. It's basically still alive. The stuff that's in the shopping cart aisles and stuff has been usually like pasteurized and all that sort of stuff, and it could sit there for a long time. If it was alive, it wouldn't be able to sit on those shelves because it would continue to ferment, and those glass jars and the plastic containers that they're in would just explode. So that's why this stuff is in a refrigerator. Back to food. I can just see it. Tomorrow we're going to be doing bacon and eggs on the wood stove. No, not tomorrow. We do that on Sunday morning, so that's 2 mornings from now. Tomorrow morning I'll just have probably nothing actually. But I don't usually have breakfast. But up at the cabin, it's like Steven's kind of a 3 meal a day kind of guy, so he's like, let's have some eggs, and I'm like, let's have some eggs. Cooking on the wood stove up there is really cool, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably film some of the content that I'm going to be up in this cabin this time around, and it's going to be fun. Maybe catch some fish up there, cook one of those up on the stove too. We did that the last time too, and it was really good. Yeah, anyway, time for work. That thing's pretty cool, man. It's an arbutus tree. They grow out here on the west coast, and they have a little berry on the top that you can eat. They're orange. They're generally like ripe in the fall. Not right now, of course. It's not even in flowering yet. So anyway, cool specimen. tasty. It's so weird trying foods out again for like, you know, now. It's been a while. It all tastes the same, but it's like a little bit more like, oh, there's something there. So the cool thing about this stuff and the sauerkraut juice is that this has got a bunch of probiotics in it. It's about a tablespoon of turmeric, blue-green algae. This stuff's always a little bit... I need a spoon for this stuff, but here we go. Making a mess, making a mess. Stinging nettles. Chia seeds to that too. Collagen powder here, so this is gonna add some protein to it. It's like a painting. It's so fun. Anyway, guys, I'll just leave it at that. We'll see you later. Thanks so much for watching this one, and I hope everyone's doing well. Do take care of yourselves out there. And yeah, I suggest looking into the whole fasting thing and looking into improving your diet. Have a really good look at carbohydrates. Like, do your research and understand, like, just the two fuels for your body is fat and carbohydrates. Really weird stuff, but there's a lot of really good information out there these days, and it just keeps getting better and better. So good, exciting times. Anyway, guys, take care.